right.
Does my hair look okay? There's all this shit on my face on the screen.
Oh my God! Don't start.
Is my hair okay? Am I wearing this? Are you not wearing yours?
Nope. I can't find. There's 2 more boxes in here, but we both don't need to wear them. It's
Only
good.
Me?
Yeah. Step up your game of producership. I know what I sound like.
I feel like I'm being like, you know when they wear like the Dunst cap, you know?
The Dunst cap. Spell that for me. Is that the cap they give you after you've been in an interview with the vampire? The Dunst cap?
Dunst.
D-U-N-S-T?
Dunst. Is it Dunst?
I don't know.
Do you know
tell
what I'm
me.
talking about?
Yeah, the Dunst cap. You get it after you were in season 2 of Fargo.
Dunst.
D-U-N-C-E.
Dunst cap. Yeah, it's for idiots.
Yeah. Well, that's why
conial cap formerly used as a punishment for slow learners at school. That's how I feel.
You wear that to straighten out the camera angle.
Wear them without you.
Yeah, your sensory headphones.
Okay. This is a different experience for me versus you. Like I'm in this and you're not.
Yeah. I don't like hearing myself back.
I hate myself too. How about that?
Good.
I don't want to hear it as well.
Well, you're going to.
That hurts. That's so
good.
mean.
Every time you complain.
Can you even hear it on the outside? Okay.
I can hear it very loud. Like I also think it's up all the way.
Our knees are touching.
Better. Sorry. Is it? Is that too early for this? Will go out on a Monday. It's a lot of yeah. What are you doing? Are you giving birth holistically?
Okay, let's do this.
We're doing it live.
Welcome
Bonding
back.
Podcast, the podcast for women by women, hosted by women. I'm Troy Bond. Next to me is a woman.
I'm Tori Cole. What's
Tori's
up?
not feeling herself today.
I am. Sorry, I'm gonna.
You can take your Dunst cap off if you want to.
Really?
Yeah, I was joking. Yeah, you have no balls. Look, see, even the feedback just hit.
I know. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Wow, it's really different.
Yeah. Well, one of us is pulling our weight today, and the other person is Tori.
It is really different without them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm adjusting. All right. Hey. Okay.
You just do whatever the masses are doing. You can't be an individualist with one set of headphones. I could wear headphones the whole podcast.
I know you have done it without me before.
Yeah.
What'd you just turn off?
Don't worry about it.
What should I check?
One of us has to be. No, don't worry about it.
Now I feel like we're fighting.
No,
are we
not
fighting?
at all.
Okay.
What row are you sitting in the plane tomorrow?
Oh, B27. B. There are only middle seats left. I think you're in a middle seat too, unless you upgraded.
I didn't even check in yet.
Yeah, well, you never do.
I do when I get to the airport.
Yeah, on the app. Or you should get the apps. The apps make it a lot easier.
I have 2 of them. I have frequent flyer miles I'm stacking up, but I don't know where.
Delta. We mostly fly Delta now.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I know, because
they're
you got a team.
Remember when you used to be excited about flying?
No.
Never?
No.
Well, sorry. You've flown all your life, princess. I came up from the roots and had to fly to Alaska. That was exciting. And then St. Pete was exciting. And then the third time I flew was also St. Pete. And then every time after that, I was like...
ever? In February? That was February this year. That's so crazy.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a big difference.
Yeah, because I didn't... And then everything we did for a while in March was... Where did we do? Philly and Providence.
Mm-hmm.
That was driving stuff. That was pretty close together, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I try to get the extra leg room whenever I can because I got.
You're tall.
If I'm not gonna sleep on the flight, man, like I got to get the leg room.
Yeah, I know. When I saw it was only middle seats left, I was like, do I pay it? But then I was like, it was already.
There was nothing left.
Well,
every
comfort was, but it was additional $160. So I was like, no.
I wonder if that's still available. I'll pay that every single time.
For
a 6-hour flight.
I know 7. I think it's like 6.5.
I mean, it's fun. Like if you could sleep on a plane and wake up in a different time zone, then it's like
sleep the whole time.
You never
manifesting.
You just watch clips and hate yourself and put your finger down your throat, going ugly. And I'm like, how was your flight? And you're like, I hate myself.
Yeah. Well, I like to clear out my photos. So I have 20,000 photos, and then I'll go down like a rabbit hole about my comedy clips, and then I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that's why you don't pay for plane Wi-Fi. The last place you want to have spiraling thoughts is 30,000 feet
bad.
in the air. I don't even like shitting on a plane for that reason, because I'm like, what if this is one that just was like...
I haven't done that in a long time.
I don't think I've ever shat on a plane. I peed on a plane, and that is hard to do.
Because you're standing?
I'm standing.
I guess that would be hard.
Women that's the one time you have an advantage in the plane.
Sitting
and peeing.
Yeah.
Airport, not an advantage because there's always a line. Never for the men's room. Airplane, you can sit. It's like you have another seat.
It's relaxing.
Yeah. I guess I could sit too.
Could you? I don't know how that works for guys.
You sit and
can you sit?
Plop.
Yeah.
Sit, plop, push.
Yeah.
And then have you ever never talked to anyone about it. Have I sat and peed?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. I don't know how it works.
Long day. It's same as yours. The same physics. Shit runs downhill. One concept to master. Speaking of, we're taking callers. I don't know. Maybe I think it's my plumber. It was my plumber.
You have a plumber coming?
No. That was just a piss on a plane joke. What's this?
Teddy at Wise Guys Made Us Art.
Teddy? Mm-hmm. Who's Teddy?
The server.
Oh.
She's an artist.
Did she mail this to you?
She gave it to us when we left the club.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shout out to Teddy.
Yeah, shout out Teddy if you listen.
At
Wise Guys.
I was trying to look for at Wise Guys. At Crypto Sluts NFT on Twitter and at Full Metal Magdalene on Instagram. Free clout. Thank you for giving that out. This is great podcast so far. What other shout outs you want to give?
Emily Dearman in Denver at the Denver Improv. You were amazing. You made me a beautiful bracelet that says I'm sensitive based off of our last episode. So thank you so much. That really meant the world to me.
Boy, she lived up to that.
I'm very sensitive, which I'm finally owning. I used to fight it, but it is what it is.
Can I get my Yeehaw bracelet back now?
Yes, and then that's okay. Shout out Bailey. That's
like the third time you've shouted Bailey out on this podcast.
She listens and it means a lot.
Good.
So Troy let me borrow this bracelet for a while because no one ever gave me one.
You sound like you just got out of a mental institution and you're like, and this one's from my friend George. Thank you for teaching me how to paper mache and how to keep the demons out. And this one is from Sinead, who pulled all of her hairs out. And this one's from Kangaroo Queen, who they said wasn't real and was only a side effect of the medication. But I saw her every time my finger went down my pouch.
This one is from Michaela. It says bonding. So thank you, Michaela at Wise Guys. Okay, that's all. That's all I have. Thank you, everyone that came out to the shows to listen. Really appreciate you guys. Okay.
What else you got?
I picked it up.
What else you have? You picked what up?
My mental slowness.
I feel like I see the tears being held back here right now.
Am I emotional?
Even the door is opening and closing, being like, you guys okay?
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my period soon. It could be the emotions.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
A month. Yeah. Every month
That's usually
it
how
happens.
It goes. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have irregular
every
period,
month?
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to overshare, but.
By women, for women.
Guys, if you experience that, let me know.
Guys, if you get your period sitting up or sitting down, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, those are my big shout outs. Do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to no.
Okay.
I didn't really see anyone this week. I was sick.
Well, last week when we were traveling.
Yeah, everyone you said.
Okay.
Shout out to those people. Everyone that came to the gimmick. I want to shout out the Fuck Yo Gimmick guy who gave me the hat and the socks at Stress Factory because I didn't do laundry this week because I was sick, and he gave me like 12 pairs of socks and hats.
Wow, that really came through.
And every pair of socks had a condom in it, so I have like 12 condoms.
That's hilarious.
So I'm not using them.
Did you know they were in there? It was like a little surprise.
After the first one, I figured it out because every pair was individually wrapped.
That's a cool idea.
I mean, very niche market, the safe sex market. Everyone after COVID, I think, is just raw dogging it, throwing it to the wall, seeing what sticks.
No one cares anymore?
I don't know anyone that got an STD in a while.
I don't either.
I guess they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's like a open forum.
The one time, this girl was like, "If you have a condom, you should use it," and I was like, "Yes, sir." And
like
with
she was
a warning
like, I
like that,
have something.
I mean, what else was I doing for her?
Yeah.
It's like, if you have troops, now is the time to use them, officer.
That is concerning.
I mean, I was grateful for the consideration.
Standard,
Some people would be too embarrassed to say that. I was like, thank you for making me not piss fire for a month.
That is thoughtful.
I thought I had an STD once in 2019.
You've never had one?
I would knock on wood, but so far I've been soft this whole podcast. No, it's not real. Not yet. I thought I did once, but I just had a UTI. I was dehydrated.
Men get those?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's 2023. Well, at the time it was 2019. I was progressive then too.
I've had a few UTIs. They're the worst.
Don't you? Why do you say why do men get those, or can men get those? Why
I didn't know
is it like a
men get them? Women get them a lot because of
peeing after.
Sex.
Yeah, clean it up.
Yeah, it's like from bacteria, I guess.
I meant clean up your act on this podcast, not pee after sex.
Can we just start over? Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to bonding. Pee after sex, or you'll get an IUD.
You were sick this week. You're better now?
Yeah, I was 100%? Until we started talking about bacteria. No, I feel 78%.
Okay, that's better than whatever you were before. You seem down and out this week.
I was. Well, we were supposed to record on Thursday and
Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's how out of it I am. I have the brain virus. We were supposed to record, and I was like, I was showing you the tape from Ohio and how it was crooked, and I was like, "What is wrong with you? This makes no sense." And then Brent came, who was the co-host of my other podcast, and I was like, "Look, people make mistakes. It's okay. Don't worry about it." So we were supposed to record then. That's how out of it I was last week. Mm-hmm. I double booked, and I learned a great deal about patience in my cold sweat.
Oh, towards me?
No, but just in general.
Okay.
Of course, towards patience? You. Who else? You're one of 3 people in my phone. The other one is.
What did you learn about patience?
I don't know. I forgot it, but I learned it. I didn't retain it, but I learned it. It's like reading a book, you know?
I learned that all I had to do was stay calm and take the camera off the stand and then put it back on. But instead, I hit panic mode.
You learned more than I did.
Because I got nervous that I was going to miss things, and then I just had a stroke for about 10 minutes. I even was holding it at one point when you were getting laughs.
You would have been holding it a long time.
I know. Yeah. Whatever. You got clips from it, right? Did you put something out on YouTube?
No.
Are you going to put something out on YouTube from it?
Not from that show.
It's like 70,000 views on your last one from Liberty Township.
110.
Wow.
I haven't checked, though, so I don't know.
Who told you the 110 then?
I did when I checked earlier.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't know. Listen, it's not a numbers game here. It's appealing to people's emotions game.
Well, their numbers
It's
match up
going
to
to crowds and being like, how do I make people in Ohio laugh? I've never been to Ohio. And then you're like, oh, they're like people everywhere. They're just people.
Yeah. Someone actually read my blog post.
They did?
From Liberty Township. Oh, you can't hear it out loud.
I can.
Well, you can from the headphones.
Yeah, because they were so loud.
Yeah.
I said that.
Oh, I thought you said you could hear it out loud.
You can. What is wrong with you? What?
No, I thought you could hear it not in the headphones.
Just say what you're saying about the other thing. You're making no sense now.
Someone read my blog from Liberty Township, and she said she really liked my act, and I said thank you because it was definitely one of my harder sets, and it meant a lot.
What was your blog about that she liked?
It was about being a mentor to myself because growing up, my sister moved away when I was young, and then my parents were busy.
I can see why.
I had to really kind of not raise myself, but in a lot of ways I did. And that's how I've always wanted a mentor. And I've kind of just had to be that for myself. And I wrote about that. So that sounds intense, but my family's lovely and have had a lot of support. So I can't really say it that much, but to a certain degree. So that was my post. It was called Mentory. Feel free to check it out, troycole.com.
/sweatshop for 10% off your next t-shirt.
Exactly.
Are you still selling t-shirts?
Yeah, they're on my website. It says do less.
Have you sold any?
Sweatshirts. In the past, whenever I push it, I do. During the pandemic,
that's what sold means, in the past.
Yeah, like
have
well into
the
past.
12 years in the future we have. I am General Future Capitalism. From the year when the Levi's broke.
During the pandemic, a lot of my friends bought shit, and that was really cool. It was really sweet.
The do less shirts they bought during the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was the message.
Yeah. Well, the whole point is...
I made a lot of eggs during the pandemic. I ate breakfast like every day.
Really?
I ate breakfast and I looked at Andrew Cuomo's nipples.
Do you not usually eat breakfast?
Or look at Andrew Cuomo's nipples.
Why his nipples?
Because one of them was pierced.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he had like a shirt that said like, I'm the governor and I'm Italian. Sexual assault, man, what are you gonna do? But like I was making eggs and sausage every morning.
What kind of sausage?
Chicken apple from Costco. We got a Costco card and just load up that bad boy.
What kind of like scrambled, over
Scrambled.
easy?
I don't know how to make
What's
any
your
other egg.
Oh, okay. Over medium is my favorite.
Of course it would be.
Why?
It just sounds extra to do. Over medium. Over
No.
easy,
You
fine.
just fry it and you let it sit and you put a lid on it and then you do a swap.
I don't like that egg yolk
It's actually easier than scrambling because you just crack and leave. It's actually the least amount of work.
Crack and leave?
Crack and leave.
That's thanks. This episode is for my mom. Crack and leave. Raise a crack baby, get a crack baby. But I still don't know how to make a grilled cheese without making my apartment look like it was struck by a chemical attack.
It's just smoky.
Just black and smoky.
What can you make? You make pasta.
Babies.
You made me a salad once 2 years ago.
It almost was a compliment. You made me that
oh yeah,
you know,
are you calling me out for not making you anything?
No,
ever?
no. You make me feel so young. You make me feel like the stars to be strong.
I guess I haven't made you anything.
You give me stuff. You gave me those bag tags.
Yeah, I see one over there on your bed.
That's where
What is that? Is that the Death Star?
No, that's BB-8.
Oh.
He
I just knew it was round, so.
Yeah, no, he's from the new ones.
Oh.
He's like a soccer ball with a droid head. And Bill Hader and Ben Schwartz, he's like speaks like R2, but they did his voice for the movie, so like they would like just sort of react and just go like boo, 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 in a recording booth, and then they went and whatever with computers sound engineered it. But he was really cool when it first came out because the trailer came out in 2014 for that one for Force Awakens, and it came out before Horrible Bosses 2. Like that was the trailer that was playing before that. And I went to theaters to go see it, to go see that movie just so I could see the trailer for that. And then you just saw the shot. There was two things. One was a black stormtrooper. And the internet, of course, loses its mind because they're like, there can't be a black stormtrooper in space.
The ones I gave you, right?
No.
Oh.
Kylo Ren, R2-D2, and a BB-8.
Oh. Do you have a favorite?
Out of the three?
Yeah.
R2. Always.
Okay. I figured.
Yeah.
Burped.
I got that. I wouldn't have picked up on that if you didn't. The microphones would have because they're.
Sorry, it just came out.
If I was wearing the Dunst cap, I might have picked it up. I'm
gonna get dragged. I'm so tired of mean comments on YouTube.
Great way to stop
myself.
Getting dragged.
Yeah, stop reading them. Yeah, but it hurts. I gotta see
what
it.
hurts?
They're like,
you know what Eleanor Roosevelt said? She said nobody can hurt you without your permission.
You're right. You're right. But guys, can you not be mean to me, please? Please.
Giving them reason to.
I'm sensitive.
I know.
You're right.
We got the bracelets.
It's really the comments on your
group.
impressions video that I really get shit on.
You're still reading the comments of that? That was like a month ago.
I know, because they keep pouring in. She's so dumb.
So what? What do you mean they keep pouring in? You have comment notifications turned on?
No, I just.
They're gonna keep pouring in if you don't have an umbrella on you.
You're right. I won't read it anymore.
Yes, you are. You're gonna read it 50 more times. You're just gonna keep hitting refresh when you get home tonight.
Maybe I'll just get smarter. Watch that, huh?
Why do you put so much stock into their opinion?
I don't know. I should stop.
Get to the root of it. Why do you think you put so much stock into it? Do you not believe in yourself? Do you think they're right?
No, I don't think they're right. I don't know. We put a lot out there, and the whole point of putting things out there is to get some sort of response, obviously, because we wouldn't be doing this if it was just
even if the response is boo.
Yeah, and so I take note of it because I want to see what resonates, what doesn't. But again, when I go and look, a lot of times it's on, most of the time it's nice, especially on these episodes, but
that's what I was gonna say. Is it? Are they all bad, or are you just remembering the bad ones?
Well, I know negative things impact us more as human beings. It's like a thing. But,
unless it's written on a bracelet, you ain't gonna remember it.
Yeah.
Do negative things impact us more as human beings?
Yeah, it's like negative emotions are more. We're less. I don't know the word.
Clearly. Do you even know the case study you're reading off of? Copy paste? Human beings, emotions.
No.
There's pluses and there's negatives. This one is a...
It's just a thing. We are more...
It's a thing. That's the word I was looking for, a thing.
To feel negative emotions than positive. It's like our set point falls more negative. And anyways, we have to fight to be positive. Also,
I am. Tell me about it.
I gotta pick it up. Sorry. I'm back.
Where did you read that? Or what Jay Shetty
like
podcast did you hear that on?
No, that's just a fact of life.
I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
If you have parents who are manic depressives and they're going to pass down that gene, yeah. But like, it's like when people are like, God, give me a sign. That's not God giving you a sign. That's you interpreting whatever sign you want it to be as your own. Like you could say like, God, give me a sign that I need to break up with this girl. And I call her and she doesn't answer. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll wait. Or you could be like, okay, that's a sign I got to break up with her.
Have you done this before? Is that how you break up with people?
No, I write a text.
Oh, got it.
It's an emoji.
Yeah, like...
I just write the X emoji.
Uh-huh.
And then heartbreak.
They get it, too?
And then eggplant, just to throw them off.
Uh-huh.
Never know next move,
Sounds effective.
It's not. But neither was the relationship, so... And on the same note you left on. People say leave the world a better place than you found it. I say leave it like a security deposit. That money never existed in the first place. Hang that picture up on the wall. Hammer right into the drywall.
Oh, is that... I mean, looks like you're really living that.
These are all hooks.
Yeah.
Adhesives.
Oh, okay. So then you might get it back.
No, I rip out pieces of drywall every time I take one of the hooks off. I'm not going to get it back.
That's fair. Security deposits, I always, one time I owed money after moving. That sucked in college.
I think I've owed money every time I've moved. Good luck getting it. One time I moved out of a place on the first, and the guy was like, you have to pay a month for he like wrote a handwritten thing saying I had to pay rent for the whole month of the first. And so I took a giant shit and then wiped my ass with the thing that he wrote on my
and you left
my door. No, I taped it to his door.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, lizards, I never liked them.
I
didn't shit on it, but I wiped my ass after I shit. I guess I could have just said I wiped my ass, but it's important to include the fact that
When was this in Brooklyn?
Astoria.
Oh. When you moved from
years ago.
The one that I saw? That's recent.
I moved out of that one.
That's recent.
I moved into that one from the last one. I lived there, this is like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of spite in there.
Yeah, I never liked that guy. It was like a basement apartment. Like there was a bedroom, and then you had to walk like through an unfinished rape basement to get to the bathroom and kitchen.
Damn.
And he was a clean freak, and I didn't like him.
Oh, you live with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like landlord. You lived with this man, and then you left him a shit paper?
Yeah.
You never talked to him again, I'm guessing?
No, he christened my godson.
You think he knows who you are right now and what you're doing?
I hope so.
He follows you on Instagram?
He sees it.
He's a subscriber to your YouTube page?
Statistically,
he listens to this? Hey, sorry about the shit paper.
I was recording it in the last apartment, and he used to get mad at me. Or at that apartment.
Oh, so it wasn't 5 years ago. How long have you been doing bonding for?
5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. That's a long time.
It is. 3 of those years good.
I'm guessing that's these.
Combined. Altogether. Combined.
Did you ever have a co-host before, or am I your first one?
I don't like to talk about it.
Okay.
He was a hell of a guy.
You kill him?
And he was worth 100 U's. No, I didn't. I never had a co-host. I would just sit in my room and record and talk to myself for 30 minutes, an hour. If I had a song in my heart, that would depend on how long the podcast was. But I did it week to week. Sometimes I'd have guests.
Mm-hmm.
Used to record with...
Where are they? Where are all these episodes?
Same place where they're listening to them now. Spotify and Apple.
They're still out? You never put them on YouTube, though?
Some of them are.
Maybe I'll go listen to a really old one just for a good time.
Yeah, and you should be like, wow, he's always had it.
I just want to look. You keep talking. I'm just curious. I want to find out the name of the first episode.
Of
bonding.
podcast
You think
come
there's
together.
Someone, you think there's someone
Actually, I
out
think
there
I deleted that one.
that has listened to every single episode?
Yes, Tori.
It is Come Together.
Yeah, I know.
October 12th, 2018.
Yes.
What's the second one called?
I don't know.
You just got the first one.
That's not enough for you?
You're
That
like
was
Rain
5 years
Man.
ago.
I know. I'm impressed. That's why I thought you could do the next one. Roseanne Fino.
I thought you could co-host this one.
This one's for you, Jodie Foster. I like the artwork for these. Oh, and then interesting. It didn't change the first.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's probably all loading right now because nobody's gone far back.
Oh. No.
Or it's updating the artwork.
Oh, fascinating.
This is riveting podcasting.
It's okay to fuck your friends.
That was an episode.
These are fun.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I did them.
I'm impressed. I knew it was around for a while, but like that's a long time.
I think I just started this life on TikTok, kid. I've been in the trenches.
Yeah, you've been around for a while. Whenever I look at your
when
YouTube
I started
stuff,
in comedy, it was cool
shit.
to tell people Bill Cosby was one of my influences.
Was he? You keep saying that as a joke, but is he actually?
He was.
Well, that's still like an influence then.
I guess.
Yeah, like Chris D'Elia was one of mine, and I can't say was because I think I still liked his comedy.
That's the thing that you should be most embarrassed about, telling people.
I thought he was funny.
I would have more respect for you if you were like, I'm gonna stand by him. But you're like, I always liked his comedy. Great.
Well, fuck Chris D'Elia. How about that?
Wow, hero over here. Closest to barn door after the horse got out. At least I had the wherewithal the debate about separating the art from the artist. You're the kind of guy that turns his back on a man after he's trafficked a few 16-year-olds. The man who influenced you. You should be thanking Chris D'Elia every day of the week for Wednesdays.
He's one of the few comics that you've gone after online. Would you go after someone else?
I didn't go after him. Somebody just asked me to do
You dragged him.
I didn't.
With your bit. Remember the bit?
Yes,
in Idaho?
I remember the bit, but like you're like baiting me.
I just think it's
You dragged him. You killed him. You skull fucked him.
You taught me never go after someone with a bigger following than you, and you're like,
unless
that's
that person has been caught
rule.
for human trafficking children.
Right. It'd be cool if he like responded.
He was also in the same town as me.
I
Why?
know.
It would be cool for who?
I don't know.
I think somebody's still a fan of Chris D'Elia's.
No,
and not
I'm
just
not.
his comedy.
Interesting though. I think like I was listening to a Russ song yesterday, and he drags Dane Cook in one of his lyrics where he says, "Used to be funny like Dane Cook," and I was like, "Oh, burn, Russ, really dragging Dane Cook."
You start third-party beefs on this podcast.
Sorry.
Never go after somebody more famous than you. You said that to me, Troy, right? Anyway, here's 5 more people.
Have you heard that? That's a good lyric.
No, I don't listen to Russ.
Is it notorious that Dane Cook's not funny anymore? Is that like a thing?
I
Do you think that?
I don't try to take the heat off of you by throwing it onto me. I don't know. I haven't seen Dane Cook live. I never really watched his stuff when I was growing up.
He did just.
I know he married a child.
Yeah, it's like a 16-year-old.
They met when she was 18.
Really?
I think. I don't know. See, like I just see this on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like Israel-Palestine stuff. Like I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I'm not expert on it.
I've been talking about it on stage.
No, I haven't. What
bit.
the fuck was that? You've been talking about it on stage.
Like you have been.
No, I haven't. You haven't seen me on stage.
Yeah, I have. In Vegas and in Denver.
Was I talking about it on stage then?
I think so.
What were my opinions?
You didn't really have
Did you know every fucking thing?
You just were bringing it up a little bit.
That's
in an
what I do.
artful, thoughtful way.
And I was?
Yeah. Have you not watched any of the tape back?
I started watching some of the Vegas tips.
I did a good job.
What?
I did a good job zooming in and getting it all.
All right, watch it. Don't.
I'm a little nervous
Jack
for
yourself
filming in Jose and Brea and
San Jose. There's so many sands in California.
Jose.
Why is that? What does the sand mean?
San Francisco, San Jose,
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
Antonio, Texas. Where else?
Which is not in California, but good job, Dory.
Where else are the sands in California?
Santa Barbara. Well, that's
Santa.
There's sands and Santas.
Is that it?
I don't know. I've only been there like 3 times.
Santa Barbara's really pretty.
That's where Neverland is.
San Diego.
It was. San Diego.
What does SAN stand for? Should I look it up?
I asked you.
I'll Google it.
You just looped back around and wormholed this.
San Diego. Something about whales, I think, in the name. San Diego.
Where did you get that? Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know.
I've been reading too many YouTube comments. Like, look at this whale.
Original, it was
not making us laugh.
Literally Saint Diego. I think it's Saint. So it's like a word for saint.
So it's like they got to Ellis Island and changed it up type situation.
I don't know.
That's what happened with all the Italian names, you know.
Yeah, Saint. That's the thing.
Did you ever? You didn't have any religion growing up, did you?
Technically, I was Christian growing up.
Were you?
I was confirmed and everything.
They said, "Come on in.
Yeah.
You're on the list. You get into heaven."
Yeah, I got baptized.
I did too. I was the only one out of the 3 of my brothers that got baptized and circumcised.
No one else got circumcised?
As far as I know.
Really? You never asked? You never wanted to check in?
We bathed together till I was like 19. Why'd they stop?
Yeah, they
were like, "This is too much work."
Isn't it an easy snip?
I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't consent to it.
It is an interesting thing that you don't consent to being cut up. I don't know. I think I would get my kid circumcised. It's just like a thing.
Why? Just because you've had to, you know what it's like to deal with an uncircumcised?
Not that I know of. I don't think I've ever encountered one, which is why I don't think I would. Like, I've heard people say
that like it's a UFO. I haven't encountered one yet, but I've heard the stories, boy. You have to be careful. You'll see it in the night sky, and then all of a sudden, you'll see it move faster than anything you've ever seen before.
I've heard men talk about how they've been circumcised later in life because they were self-conscious.
I would never do that ever. Not in a million years. I don't even like a cigar cutter in my pocket for that reason. I don't want any knives near anything ever.
You got to be really self-conscious. That's like nose jobs. Apparently, it's so painful.
It is a nose job. It's a different kind of rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Coming in to fix your horn or fix your horn.
I've heard that's the worst. I have a friend.
What, nose jobs?
Yeah.
Or circumcision in adult?
Nose jobs.
You'd be like 80 and you're like, "I'm ready to get it off now."
Your dick?
Yeah, you just cut it. You go get circumcised when you're 80.
People do weird shit all the time. People get penis enlargements. I remember I used to watch a show.
How do you do that? That's all muscle.
I don't know. I know
you can do implants.
I used to watch some sort of medical show when I was younger, and they did one, and I'll
Dr.
never
Penis
forget
Popper.
it. I remember watching an episode about a man who got his penis enlarged, which is weird. That's sad that I watched that at when I must have been like 13.
I can't believe
12.
he decided to go on TV.
Right? I think he must have gotten a big deal.
The second most embarrassing thing he's ever done in his life.
I think he probably needed the money
to pay for the penis enlargement. Yeah. I've heard that you can't write those off the way you think you can.
I remember all the sob story interviews where he was like, "Yeah, every time I used the urinal, it just really got me down." Like,
what
that
did
was
the
one
dick because it was so big? Center of gravity?
No, he was so self-conscious. Like, that was one of the reasons he did it.
Well, maybe if you lean forward instead of leaning back and comparing your work to other people's at the urinal.
When you go to the bathroom, do you look at other guys?
What do you think we doing there? All right, fellas. Mr. Johnson. I just
think it's crazy.
Pull them out. 1, 2, 3. It's like a carnival
privacy. There's no privacy.
We all hold hands. We sing We Are the World.
Is it weird?
No, it's the manliest shit you could do is piss next to another man.
Is that why?
There is privacy. There's a little confessional booth.
Okay.
It's like
no one looks. I just think.
No, we all look.
Okay.
I peer over. I'm like, "Hello, fellas.
What are you working with?"
Oh, good job. I saw you in Colorado.
Have you ever seen like a huge dick and you're like, "Wow"?
Every time I pee.
Great job.
Yeah. I put it back over my shoulder and I walk out like a pool noodle. It's great. Every time I'm like, "You really outdid yourself this time, Bond." That's why people bought tickets to this show.
Well, you never use the club bathrooms.
What do you mean?
You always find ways around that.
Yeah, I'm like, "Come here, host. About to earn your keep." You think I didn't have to drink piss when I was coming up?
Will we have hosts in California?
I don't know. How many times have you asked me that question where I went, "Here's the exact answer you're looking for"? I'm like, Siri, I don't know.
Do you have a Siri? We should ask Siri if she knows who you are. If she thinks you're like a football player or something. Should I ask?
No.
Hey, Siri.
She's like,
I'm
right here, bitch. That's what she said.
Hey, Siri. Who's Troy Bond?
Why are you doing this?
Oh, it's just bringing up my contacts.
Troy Bond is the person who has saved your entire career.
I thought it would be a fun answer. She didn't say shit. Someone DM me, and she said there's some app where if you describe a person, that'll tell you who. And so she did you, and it said you, and then she said she described me, and it knew who I was.
Which sounds like she designed this app.
I gotta ask her about it. Where the fuck was that? That was crazy. It's gonna bother me. Okay, I'll bring this up another time. I'll show you after. Yeah, sorry. It was cool though. It's an app, and if you
an app, you said
an app.
Okay.
An app.
You haven't said that at all yet. I just wanted to make sure. APP?
All right. I'll stop.
You sound like you queefed out a peep. You know those little marshmallow candies you get?
I like those. Peeps are good. I didn't
piling
queef.
them up here.
I didn't just queef.
A podcast by women for women. Today's episode.
We actually had a lot of views in the last one. That was great.
You sound so surprised every time something goes well for me. Or I've been doing it so long.
I'm a part of this too.
If it weren't for you, the engagement would be way down because they wouldn't have anyone to say, stop doing this.
You're right. That's why I do what I do.
If anyone is going to, it's like you are the person on the spinny bullseye archery board, and I'm the magician that's throwing the knives. Instead of knives, I'm just throwing mean comments at you, which I don't endorse.
Thanks.
By the way, I'm a women's rights advocate.
That's so kind. Thanks. And that's okay. You're right. I should just stop reading them. That's all I have to do is just stop.
Yeah, I mean, probably good to read them once a month so you don't get too delusional. But
I'm not.
Something to pull the balloon back
every
down.
time I watch my stand-up back, I'm humbled.
It's good because you never are when you come off stage.
I know. I get off so cocky.
Body slam me. You just grab me like with your legs and take me down. You're like, I fucking killed it. I'm like, I can't breathe. I have to go on stage. She takes me down like a boa constrictor.
You
I killed. She goes like
it's
6
like a
chest hairs.
It's a mutual moment of enjoyment.
I put my hand up out of reflex.
You know what? Next time I will just limp away.
Now, Tori,
I'll
we know that's not true.
away from the stage, like, oh,
if that was true, we would have seen
my
it.
bad. You say things like you'll get them next time, and sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I lost, and you're like, yeah, that's one way to lose a crowd.
I'm not gonna help you grow if I'm not being honest with you.
I know, I love it. I need that, and I agree. It could always
make me
be better.
sound like a dick now that I'm hearing that back.
No, it's funny. It's always funny.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I don't see it on a bracelet, so I don't believe you.
You'll get him next time. If someone can make me a bracelet that says you'll get him next time, I really love that.
Stop crowdsourcing bracelets on this podcast.
I just feel the love when I get a bracelet now.
What's this one? How does this even stay on your hand?
It's too big.
It's for Shaquille O'Neal.
I know.
Who
Michaela
gave you
made
this
that.
One? Oh, of course.
It was really sweet, though. She handed it to me as I was getting on stage. I didn't have time to be like, hey, it's too big.
You should have. And you keep the world going around with the comment.
I think like if I just cut it and tied it again, then it's perfect. I like these beads. I like the stars.
It's like, speaking of rhinoplasty, cut it, tie it again. It's perfect.
That's for, yeah. I don't think that's how a nose job works. Tying it.
I know, but you could have yes-handed, and this is why so many people hate you in the comments.
So I'm not as fast as you.
No.
Maybe this is what this podcast needs. Just someone that's really slow for your really fast brain.
I don't know if it needs it, but we've got it. It's like McDonald's at 2 a.m.
I feel high today. That's my problem.
I'm worried about you. I've been like half like hosting, half concerned, being like, I hope she's all right.
I'm good.
She said through a veil of tears.
No,
Do you want some tequila?
No, I don't think that'll fix it.
Okay, well, I'm going to have some because I think I need it.
Is this your last? How many bottles do you have left?
I don't know. I still have like a whole box of Terman.
At the Rock. So kind. Which one is this? The Blanco?
This is small batch Terman Blanco. Yes.
Which one's been your favorite?
I like this one. It's smooth. They've all been so smooth. That's the thing.
They're really good.
It's it's so hard. I'm not like a person. I could drink like whiskey on the rocks like this, but I can't do like vodka on the rocks or anything else. I really can't. Tequila, especially. But like I'll have like tequila and then like Patron and maybe some Sprite, but then all I taste is the sugar and the Sprite, and then it's gross, you know. I've never needed a mixer with this because it's just no bite. It's just like, and you put ice in it, it chills for a little while. Like you have room temp, you could have it in the freezer.
They gave this to us at the Denver Improv. That was really sweet.
They did, yeah. That was that was.
I liked that show a lot.
You know what's funny about those shows is the Denver show was really great, and I can't wait to go back. But we had a 4 a.m. flight the next day. Is that the time the day you thought I killed myself in the hotel room? So I just remembered that the other day. You want to tell that? I just
wasn't really sure what happened.
I think you did. Tell the story. What happened? That's my dad calling me.
No one wants to talk to me. Your dad?
Yeah.
So I had some friends come to the Denver show because I went to school out there. And so I went out and hung out with them after the show, and Troy went back to the hotel. And then I came back maybe 20 minutes after you. I didn't stay out long. And then Troy just was like, I'm going to pass out. Doors open. So I get there and the door is like cracked open, but the deadbolt is on. So I could open it, but about 4 inches. So I'm like slamming it open. And I'm like, Troy! I'm screaming his name. I'm banging on the door. And then there's no response. I'm like, okay, he's definitely in there because the deadbolt's on. Like I was running all the numbers, you know? Like I was like, he's in there. But I'm screaming.
Yeah, somewhere in my brain, I was so tired. I was like, I'm going to leave the door open. This will leave the door open. Well, I thought that I had and put it the other way, you know, like outside of the door. That's what I thought I did.
Okay.
And I wasn't, the jumpsuit was cutting off circulation in my hair.
It was oddly open, but then closed. Like you left it it was like you were fucking with me. Like, let me let her think I tried that bitch.
Yeah. It's like, let's see if she pushes this door. That says Paul.
So I called you a bunch, no answer. So I went down to the front desk, and the woman there was amazing. She was like, oh, yeah, I can help you. And I was like, it's the deadbolt. So she had some like wire hanger that was like unfolded, and she's fucking with it. And I'm screaming, and she's looking at me like, are you sure your friend is okay? And I was like, I don't think so. She's like, I can't believe they can't hear us. And I was like,
what was I, a non-binary friend in there?
I said it was a dude, so I was like, yeah, he sucks. And then eventually I was like, so I might just
I didn't hear it at all.
I know. I was about to bang the whole door down. I'm surprised I didn't get hit with like a fee, because we were really fucking with that door latch for like 20 minutes. And then she's like, yeah, it'll be like $260 for another room. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, well, can we just keep trying? And eventually she was just kind of like, look, I'll give you a room. And so
I would have paid for it if you had told me the story the next day.
Well, she was really sweet. So I went and I slept in a hotel room from 2 to 4. And then we packed up and headed out to the airport. So... And then we had the chattiest Uber driver.
Well, okay, that's the thing that I was thinking.
Oh, then you woke up and you called me, and thank God. You called me at 3:45, and I was like, he lives! I was just happy you're alive. I wasn't even mad at you because I was just happy that you were alive. And that you woke up. My biggest concern was that you weren't going to wake up until like 7 the next day, and I'm like, well, there goes our flight to Vegas.
Well, you could have gone and just done the show for me.
Yeah. That would have gone really well. Hey, guys.
Yeah, it's me. Hey, I'm a Dominican lesbian. Get the fuck out of here. It's me, Charles Edward Cheese. Oh.
Is it a racial
What do you want for Christmas? That's my impression of your impression of my impression of you.
Yes.
That's a hat on a hat. That's going on the soundboard.
Yeah, they were like, this show stinks.
Well, I don't like this guy at all, SpongeBob. It's mayonnaise and instruments. We had to get on the Uber the next morning. It was like a 4 a.m. Uber to get to the airport from Denver to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And then the very, very... You have to figure, like, a guy who's going to drive an Uber at 4 a.m. is not someone who is getting up at 3:50.
Well,
he is an all-nighter.
Sleep. I was like,
and I got that impression from him.
I was like, 10 and 2, please.
Eyes
on the road.
He kept looking back and telling us the story.
He was like, I haven't slept in years.
Meth is great. I love Denver. You do meth in the forest and kill 12 deer. I'm the king. I killed Bambi's mother, and I went back for a second.
I stopped talking because I just wanted him to focus.
Yeah, I know you stopped talking because then I had to pick up the slack. And then when we left for Vegas, I pretended to be asleep. And it worked out.
Yeah, but then
and you kept tapping me, and then the guy. I'm so glad I pretended to be asleep because the driver was like, "Yeah, we moved here from Seattle to Vegas because my
autistic son."
I wasn't gonna say that.
Well,
I was gonna leave that out.
I wasn't about to be like, "Well, that sucks." Like
I did. I was like, "This one's on Torey for the last Uber ride." I had to
tip him like $10 because of that story.
$10, yeah, that'll fix his nonverbal autistic son.
I was like, "You need this more than I do, man," but I'm broke.
Maybe he saw you and was like, "You know what it was like, right?"
Like, here's $10 that I don't have, but
I tipped an Uber driver $30 the other day because I thought I dropped my keys in his car and I was trying to catch him on his way back, and then I realized I never had my keys in the first place.
Did you get your keys back?
No, I still haven't called that hotel.
At Staybridge Suites, Denver.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Whatever. If you got new keys, then
I didn't.
How are you getting in and out of here?
Window and spider powers. Live on the 4th floor.
It's a good little workout. Have you been working out this week, or you were sick?
I was sick.
I've been trying to work out.
How about you, fatty?
I went to the track this morning.
Yeah? See all the other horses?
Yeah. We were betting on each other. I lost. Now, there was a soccer game going on, though, and I was like, this kid had this crazy good kick, and I just wanted to be like, yeah! But I was like, I'm
just a kid watching another kid's soccer game.
I just really wanted to be like, damn, it was like it bent inward, like, you know, and like the curve was on it.
Please stop explaining this kid.
I was like, this 12-year-old really's got some talent. Anyways, my soccer mom and deep within my ovaries was like, good job, kid. I'm glad I held it back, though. They would like get her off the track. Anyways, all right, sorry, that made you uncomfortable.
No, what do you mean? It wasn't just me. How do you think those kids' parents felt?
There was no parents there.
Of course not. If you got that close to the kid to know if his leg was bent inward or outward. There wasn't even a coach there. It was just a Lord of the Flies soccer team.
Lord of the Flies. Well, it is the city, so.
It's New York.
I don't know why I said that. I do respect city kids, though. You really got to grow up quick and navigate this crazy city.
Yeah, there's only
it's not easy.
4 places in the country that are uniquely different. Everywhere else kind of looks the same.
All right, a lot of strip malls.
Yeah.
I love strip malls.
Not really, though. I mean, I guess, yeah. But, like, the sad thing about strip malls now, unless you have a family, I guess, like, I remember, like, my parents would, like, take us to, like, there's this place where I grew up in Connecticut in Milford called Boston Post Road, and that's just, like, just shitloads of stores, whatever. And, like, once every few months we would go there on Saturdays as, like, a family. But, like, it's just sad when you look at it, realizing that, like, most people now aren't doing the family option or, like, the home buying option. If they do buy a home, they don't really know what to do with it. People our age, and they'll, like, put an eel pit or, like, start excavating in the
an eel pit.
Yeah, like, I was on TikTok yesterday. You know the eel pit guy?
Mm-mm.
The guy who built the eel pit in his house. He's, like, around our age. He has, like, a bunch of nothing. I would build an eel pit if I had a house.
He has money.
He bought a house and didn't know what to do with the bottom floor. You buy an eel pit. We don't know what to do with so it's so few people our age are ever going to own houses. So if it happens,
it's a waste of money, honestly.
What? It's the best investment you can make. $5 million.
What if it goes down? Especially if you buy.
What do you mean if it goes up?
You got HOA fees.
Who's going to buy a house in the city?
Think about taxes though. Like if a house is $1 million, you're paying like $10,000 a year on taxes.
As opposed to paying your landlord's mortgage.
I don't know. I think it's all potatoes.
It was almost sound financial advice till you said that. As soon as your accountant says that, take your money out of the account now.
I actually have some.
Hey, it's all potatoes. What are you going to do? Let's do a shot. Taxes? Come on. You don't got to pay those. Taxes are for guys who don't know how to fish. What are you talking about? Potatoes. Hey, come on. What are you doing?
The
hell is this? You going to get surgery? Rub some salt in that wound. Concussion, you fucking pussy.
I did watch a podcast recently that was like, buying is not all that it's cracked out to be. There's a lot of fees.
By who? Jim Cramer?
And what if a tornado takes your shit out? You got the wrong insurance. There goes $1 million.
Well, that's your fault for buying volcano insurance.
I don't know. I'm just trying to justify that I'm never going to have a home.
It sounds like it.
I'm going to live in your basement.
That's my goal. In the eel pit.
In the eel pit. Wait, so it's
come on over to my eel pit.
Eels?
Yeah.
Gross.
It's so cool. I watched like.
Do they just slither all over each other?
Yeah.
That's
it's like
disgusting.
no. It's like he has like a. It's like, I think like 2 feet of water, maybe 1 feet. 1 feet, 1 foot. And it was like a bunch of different. Like he had sturgeons and he had some blue crab and they lived like in symbionts.
Ecosystem.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was an ecosystem. Oh, knowledge hurts.
That was probably the smartest thing I've ever said, and then I ruined it by hitting my own
ecosystem?
hand. Yeah.
That's more than 2 syllables.
Ecosystem. Well, they need each other to survive in an ecosystem. I'm going to have to TikTok eel pit and see what this is all
you'll
about.
go down a cool rabbit hole.
I got to stay off TikTok, though. It makes me sad.
Yeah, because you're in the comments all the time.
I don't know, just the views. What gets views? It's like a 12-year-old doing a dance, and it's got like 10 million views. I'm like, if anyone would like to watch my stand-up, help my career, please.
Well, who's gonna want to help you if you're asking them to? It's so needy.
Help me.
Would you fuck a guy who's like, if anybody would like to suck this cock, it's right here, and I just had an implant put in.
You're right. I don't need it any. I'm like Doja Cat. Fuck the fans.
Well, I wouldn't model your behavior off of her, but that's.
Ooh.
Is it a racial slur?
She's still killing it. I mean, could you imagine saying, I don't need you guys? Imagine if we said that to you guys. Hey, don't fucking listen. We don't need you. What? That's crazy. Doja Cat. At Doja Cat. That's rude.
It's the sixth beef Torey started this episode
swinging. I'm swinging today.
You got some other shit you want to talk about? What's the thing you said about Mother Teresa earlier?
I got a lot off my chest, actually.
You look a lot better than you did earlier. You're picking it up. Your hate has made you powerful.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Give me a sip of that Terramania.
Yeah, go ahead. Have a sip. It's Terramania. You added the letters that ain't even in there. Yeah, Torrewantia. I'm going to clip that right with you being like, I haven't drank in a year and I feel so much clear-headed. Or Siri being like, give me Terramania. Mommy needs her milk.
I did like my sobriety, I will say. I really liked it a lot.
You were the only one.
It is weird. Actually, I have been a lot of people have supported my return to drinking, which is interesting because you'd think most people would be like, hey, actually,
like, maybe
don't do that again. But they're like, yeah, it's good for socializing. Really lets you come together with people. At least have a glass of wine in your hand. Let me have one more sip of that.
Helps you socialize with people. Have a glass of wine in your hand, steering wheel in the other. Fuck that kid. We're going to soccer practice.
Yeah. I was gonna no.
Yeah, please don't. I'm worried about what's gonna come out of your mouth after that next sip of Terramania.
I stopped myself.
Thank God. We're still trying to get numbers up on this podcast.
You're right.
I don't want to get copyright stricken by YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube.
For keeping Torey out of
tell
juvie.
YouTube you like them, maybe they'll add this to the algorithm or something. I don't know. Is there an algorithm on YouTube other than
There's an
shorts?
algorithm everywhere.
The algorithm.
It's like The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Just a man behind a curtain.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, I don't know how the algorithm works. It's not that hard to figure out.
Well, you cracked that code.
Sometimes.
Just
I'm
by
in my
being
flop air
charming.
on TikTok right now.
First, step 1, be charming. Is that my problem?
Put the gun down.
Am I not charming?
Put the gun down, miss. We can work this out. We're just going to go to the back, grab
I'm
a
a
Sharpie,
woman?
and write excess where it said
I'm a woman in my 30s?
Of course it is.
Algorithm?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
God damn it.
If you want to be a pussy and say that's what the problem is.
No, you're right.
There's a lot of women in their 30s doing well.
It is actually kind of crazy. Every problem is that you have is yours because of you. You did it to yourself. You can't blame anyone but yourself.
I say that to myself every time I edit one of these podcasts. Like every problem I feel right now, this is all my fault. I can't blame anyone else.
Did I do this? Did I do that? Sorry.
It was like half Steve Urkel, half the Joker. You are learning. Good job. Did I do that? And I gave myself those scars. Here come the tears again, baby. I love it.
Those were happy tears.
I know. I could tell. I know the difference between happy tears and I'm an imposter tears. We shared colloquially, COLLIQUY. I can't say that word.
Colloquially.
Yes. We shared those tears in common. Imposter and happy.
You said you had imposter syndrome this week. You want to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't really get it that much because I don't really have a reason to feel it. I mean, when people recognize it,
I think you do get it
that,
subconsciously, and that's why you read YouTube comments.
Oh, you think that I do that to humble myself?
Yeah, because you didn't come from a household that necessarily supported or loved emotion or weakness. In fact, it moved away and started new careers and divorced, and so you try to hide your emotions and you guard it. And you got into something like stand-up, which was every success you have is a direct result of you believing in yourself, and you get to have all these fun shows and these things, and when they're going well, you're like, let me really hate myself and step on the scale.
Wow. That was
I don't know if I was being reductive
accurate.
in saying that.
That
but.
scared me. That was really real.
Here's the third tier.
That was pretty accurate. Yeah, you're right. It's interesting.
But we all do that.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I think that's where all imposter syndrome comes from. It's usually from successful people who have it. That's why it's imposter syndrome and not imposter confirmed.
Is it almost like a compliment to yourself? Like, oh, I got imposter syndrome. Oh, like, okay, big
It sounds
shot.
like it, right? Yeah.
Okay, big shot.
Yeah, I guess there's no cool way to say it.
Wow, that's actually, we just cracked the code on
imposter syndrome.
Wow, you're a real... That's just like saying, I'm killing it.
Yeah, second coming on Jesus' back.
That's like I'm like so wounded bird in my success. Oh, that must be hard.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh,
sounds like it was written by a wounded
Imposter
bird.
syndrome.
Head injury.
Tweet tweet.
Imposter syndrome in your asshole. That's how guys get UTIs. It starts in the asshole,
I got this
then
case
it
of
comes out like
in
a
my
trumpet.
That's interesting. Well, it's funny. I'm reading a book right now about happiness, and it's all about happiness comes from
unhappiness. That's when you've been reading since February?
Yeah, because I'm slow. We've already addressed that.
I thought it was because you were depressed.
I'm dumb. No, I'm not depressed. I'm actually a pretty happy person, I'd say.
No one else would.
You don't think? Come on, you think I'm pretty happy. I think I run happy, just with a tinge of darkness to it.
You do have
like a dark
That's
happy.
exactly how I would describe you.
A dark happy.
You have an underlying sadness to you,
yeah,
and a psycho behind the eyes, to where I feel like you could wipe out a whole village of brawny children with a shard of glass in your hand.
Brawny children?
Yeah.
Is that a reference I'm not getting?
No. It's an adjective and a verb. I don't know if that's true. It's a noun and an adjective.
Well, I would kill children?
It's a noun and a... No.
With a shard of glass?
When you listen to this, you'll understand what I was saying.
Okay, usually when I listen back, I'm
I know.
Torey,
Yeah,
come on, man.
You're a visual learner. You and Pitbull, one of the same.
I gotta hear things 4 times for it to really sink in.
When I'm like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
I'm up.
Well, just in time for us to be over.
Is it over?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's been an hour. Yeah, I think I was good for the last 20 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Last 10.
5.
Altogether 5.
Yeah, a collective 5 minutes. I was decent on this one.
Sure.
Bring on the haters. Yeah. How about that? I asked for it this time. No, man, yes. Yeah. Do it again. Yeah. Hit me.
Let them know.
Comment.
Shit on them.
Things.
What are some comments that have been in your head you want to redress?
Bring it on. Oh yeah. My latest short. Someone goes, "Oh, poor woman thinks she's funny," and then I said, "Thank you." And he goes, "Anytime, sweetheart. Don't you sweetheart me. God damn it." And then I wanted to just, but then I didn't. I just stopped. I took a big deep breath because I'm learning about limbic feelings or something versus your prefrontal cortex making decisions or something about feelings. And so you got to count to 10, and I counted to 10, and then I felt better. That's what my book about happiness is teaching me. You got to count to 10. So anyways, that was the latest. But most men on my YouTube shorts is just guys being like, "Oh, woman trying to be funny." So, yeah, that hurts. I feel better now. Now I feel good. Now I'm ready to do a podcast. Let's do it. Welcome back to Bonding.
And we're off. Great job.